Today on Royally Us, the royals were given a brief heads up about Harry's bombshell interview as Zara Tindall weighs in on the family feud. Plus, Princess Charlotte takes on a new hobby as Harry and Meghan have a country Carter date night. And Robert Irwin opens up about what it's really like to work with Prince William.
When you have a conversation with him, he's the most lovely, intelligent person to talk to, and is just so easygoing, so much fun.
We've got that plus so much more on today's Royally Us. Hey everyone, and welcome to Royally Us. I'm Christina, that's Justin, our executive editor, and like always, Justin, lots to talk about.
So much.
So much. So we had our first royal member weigh in on the family drama, and Zara Tindall is just like us, and sometimes that means not everyone is getting along. You know, family drama is normal. So she was speaking at the London Sporting Club on May 8th, and she told The Sun, "It is very hard to see from the outside, but 100% it is a family that is still going through the same struggles other people do." True, but millions and millions of people are watching. She said, whether they are relationships, obviously it is very easy to see every day. We're still very supportive of each other. So it seems like she's got their back, but yeah, this family drama is just continuing to play out.
Yeah, Zara Tindall is the perfect royal cousin to address this. She's one of the more down-to-earth royals. She is obviously Princess Anne's daughter, and she's married to Mike Tindall, who, what sports does he play? Rugby, maybe?
Yes, and he's got a great podcast.
He's got a great podcast. He really is like so normal. He's like normcore, married to a princess. So really relatable. But we've been saying this for weeks, right? When we're talking about all these struggles, it's like, yeah, they're royals and there's, you know, millions and billions of dollars like in their coffers or whatever, but also who can't relate to brothers not speaking to each other, fathers and sons not speaking to each other. So we appreciate Zara's insight. We just want way more.
Way more. Give us all the tea.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Princess Kate's brother, James Middleton, is offering some new insight into his sister's challenging battle with cancer. In an interview with the UK's The Times, he spoke candidly about Kate's health more than 1 year after she announced her cancer diagnosis. I love me some James Middleton. He said, "What I think is that as a family, you learn to see and process and understand things. For her and her family, it was a challenging time. And I know for us and our bigger family, it was a challenging time. But I think it's about communication and it's about offering support and help where you can." He opened up about how he expressed his support for Kate, saying being there for someone is such an important part, and it doesn't necessarily have to be on your terms, and it shouldn't be on your terms. It should be on their terms. Unconditional. I'm not doing it for something in return. I'm doing it because I love you, and that's the simplest way of really demonstrating love. I love this. They are such a wonderful family. I got the opportunity to speak to James, and he is just as lovely as can be. And it seems like they just have a really supportive core family, and that's what it comes down to at the end of the day.
Yeah, I've always loved the Middletons. Not just Kate, but good old Pippa, who stole the show at the wedding so many years ago. And James, he's so handsome and down to earth with his dogs. He's been so vulnerable about his own mental health struggles as well. But what a beautiful sentiment. What a wonderful way to put it. As
really
far as
is.
like being there for someone unconditional, on their terms, not on your terms. Again, we could all learn a little something from Mr. James Middleton. So
Really
thank
could,
you.
definitely.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's spill the royalty. And the royal family was given a very brief heads up before Prince Harry's bombshell BBC News interview earlier this month. Hello Magazine's royal editor Emily Nash claimed on the A Right Royal podcast that there was a very brief awareness raising at the palace shortly before it was broadcast. This is what she understood, and said that there was potential discussions that might have happened as a result of the case now having been concluded. She claimed that King Charles didn't feel he could have these conversations regarding the security trial with Harry because it would put him in a really difficult and potentially unconstitutional situation. I wonder how much of this heads up they were really given. She said he couldn't be seen to intervene on his son's behalf or get involved in government matters. His son is suing His Majesty's government. You know, he needed to stay right out of his situation. Yeah, so maybe they were like about to turn on the TV, be like, wait a second.
Be like, okay, I got a text. I have to say though, I worked at Hello Magazine for like a year, and Emily Nash was a colleague. She's super duper legit. Her sources are legit. Her insight is spot on. So I have to believe when Emily says something, I believe her.
You believe it.
We cover the coronation together.
Oh, so fun.
Anyway, not just a name drop,
Shout
but
out
I'm
to
just
Emily.
saying. Shout out to Emily. Hello, pip pip. But anyway, she's legit. I do believe all of that. But how short notice was it?
Right.
Was it
like they're sitting
was it
down
like we're
for
about this is
evening
about to
news.
go live? They're like, be like, okay, great, thanks.
Yeah, well, it was interesting that she said said that too, that she believed that there potentially could be an olive branch situation, could have been extended, but once, Harry did that interview, that's all out the window.
I know.
Which we reported as well.
Which we know.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a little demoralizing.
It really is. It really is. Well, we've talked about this too, about how Princess Diana's name was kind of brought into conversation, and about how Harry may have taken a page out of her playbook, and a lot of people were making the comparisons to her Panorama interview. Including author Ingrid Seward. She told Hello Magazine's A Right Royal podcast as well. She says, I think she might have been proud and said, I'm glad you said what you thought. She was a close confidant of Princess Diana, so I'm sure she maybe has some intel and insight on how she maybe would have felt about that. But I think those comparisons are probably normal.
Yeah, I think those comparisons are fair. We all know that Diana was sort of a master of media.
Yeah.
She knew how to get people on her side. She knew how to sort of tell her stories. Some people call it manipulative. Other people might just call it savvy.
Yeah.
So I think that Harry learned or inherited that from her. But can you imagine Diana today if she had like a social media account?
Oh my,
or just like access to all the modern media apparatus? Like her IG account would be like bigger than Selena Gomez.
It really would.
The biggest Instagram account ever.
It really would. I wonder who she would follow. I feel like nobody.
Right. Would she and Meghan get along?
I feel like they probably would.
I think they would. I think that there would be like simpatico.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's so interesting to think like what could have been, because and what the relationship would have been like with the entire family had she still been here.
I mean, it's such a sliding doors thing, because they would be so much less damaged.
Yeah.
Or maybe they would just be damaged in a different way.
In a different way. Who knows?
But I wish she was still here with us, obviously.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It's what a force still all these years
We should
later.
write a book.
Oh my God, what could
a book or what? Yeah, if Diana had lived,
Right, no,
okay.
seriously.
All right, no one steal that. Anyone that's watching that, this is our idea. We own the IP. You don't have that.
It stays here. It stays at us. But it seems like all of this drama is not really affecting Meghan and Harry too much, because they are out enjoying their life. They caught up with Beyonce at her Cowboy Carter tour, so that's very exciting. He was going full country at this event. He was sported some dark wash jeans, a black t-shirt, a gray blazer, but it was that wide-brimmed hat from Kimosabe, if any of our Housewives fans.
Oh my God, it was from Kimosabe?
I think
okay.
so.
What do Kyle Richards and Prince Harry have in common?
There we go, the love of Kimosabe. I love it. So Meghan shared a glimpse of Harry's hat, and she wrote, my husband's hat gets a twirl. But it was the inside of the hat that everybody was talking about. It features the words Archie, Lily, my love. There was also illustrations of the American, United Kingdom, and California flags, as well as a drawing of the continent of Africa. So all the things that Harry loves and holds near and dear to his heart. I didn't know that you can get like personalized hats like this, but Kimosabe does it all.
Yeah, they really do it all. Yeah, very happy to see them. I wish that there was some more video of them dancing or singing. Like, what was their favorite part? I was telling you I'm trying to get Beyonce tickets last minute myself. That was really sweet. They looked really kind of sexy and having a good time.
Having a good time, not letting any of this drama interfere with their date nights.
Yeah,
Let's break down the royal rules. And this was nice. I got the chance to sit down with Robert Irwin and his family recently, and he has a very nice connection with Prince William. They work together on the Earthshot Prize. He is an ambassador for that, so I wanted to see what it was like to really work with William. So here's what he had to say.
I think Prince William has been such an amazing person to work with, and there is such an incredible synergy between what he does and who he is and who we are. It's all about conservation. I think it's wonderful that someone so influential that has such a fantastic platform is using that to really better our environment. And he is a true environmental hero. And so working with him has been a great privilege. We've definitely compared a lot of notes in the conservation space. Doesn't matter where you're from, whether, internationally here in Australia, here in America, wherever you are, we need to prioritize taking care of our natural world. And he is really at the forefront of that. And plus, he's just a great guy. Like, when you have a conversation with him, he's the most lovely, intelligent person to talk to, and is just so easygoing, so much fun. And I love working with him. He's a really, really, really good guy.
I feel like they, he said that he's a great guy. They always have a lot of great conversations when they're together. So a lovely connection.
Earthshot Prize is a really nice initiative. We've spoken about that before. It's about technology, innovation, conservation, etc. Robert was dressed. He had clothes on?
He had clothes on this time,
Okay,
yes. He was full on khaki this time.
Okay, so I'm sorry for your loss.
Yes, I was too.
Although he's a child,
right?
so,
He'll always
never
be
mind.
like this young kid.
Forget I said that.
So it was a little strange, but hey, he's living his best life now.
Good.
So good for him. Good for him. All right, let's wrap it up with our pint-sized palace. And Princess Charlotte seems to have taken on a new hobby. At least this is according to Dad, Prince William. English middle distance runner Keely Hodgkinson attended an investiture ceremony at Windsor Castle on May 13th. The athlete, who won a gold medal in the 800 meters event at the 2024 Paris Olympics, discovered that she and the 10-year-old princess had something in common while chatting with William. She said, the prince told me his daughter is doing the 400 meters at the minute and the hurdles, and that she did watch me in Paris. Look at that, little Charlotte. I love that, jumping hurdles.
Little Spitfire.
Yeah, right? She added that he told me that he remembers me winning and that he wished he could be there to see it himself. She is quite the little athlete.
I know.
Taking after her mom.
Yeah, maybe she'll, join the Olympics or something. I can't wait to see what she'll be like.
I can't wait to see what she'll be like. All right, well, that is it for this week's episode of Royally Us. Always so much royal news to get to, and I feel like we've accomplished it.
We have. We've done it.
All right, well, in the meantime, keep commenting, keep subscribing, and Justin and I will see you next week.
Bye-bye.